Hey fam, how's it going? Got another review for you, or I'm sorry, Minifig Monday. I keep calling his reviews, I mean technically they are, because I'm reviewing a figure. But regardless, we've got a kind of an older figure here from 2009, I want to say. This is the Lifeguard from Series 2. One of the few from the early series that I wanted to track down, specifically for a couple reasons. We'll get to those. Here's a 360 of her. And I believe there's a Lifeguard as well that's a dude. I believe it's in Series 4 or 5. Might be Series 6. I'm not sure. I just know that this one is from 2. And they did a really good job with this fig. One of the reasons I wanted to pick her up was because of the red of the leotard or the swimsuit. I just think it's a really nice color, and it works really well with the yellow skin tone that normal figs have. I think it looks really good, and also I really like the design of the the figure's face, and I also really like the hair. That's another reason why I wanted to get this, is because of that hair piece, which I think is really nice in that color. And yeah, I think it's a really good fig. I do think, compared to some of these other figs that we've taken a look at, it is a little bit on the weaker side, just because it's early in the minifig's design of the CMFs. So you may notice there's no back printing, and one other thing we'll get to later. But I always like to start with the accessories. In this case, she comes with a flotation device in red. I'm not exactly sure the name of this device. I know it's obviously used to save people in the water, and it's obviously very important to a lifeguard's arsenal. And it looks really good. One thing that's really nice about it is you can actually have the fig hold it, from the side like this. There's a couple of grips, but you can also have the figure hold it from the end of it. So, if you want to have it like that, and that's really nice. You can angle it as well, angle up and down, switch it around, angle it like this. It's nice. I believe you can also, I didn't try this. No. I was gonna say you can have the figure hold it from the front, but it doesn't look like it will be able to do that, which is fine. And it's a really good piece. I like the piece a lot. I believe it also comes with the male lifeguard as well. And it's a really cool piece, really well designed, and it's really cool. No studs, unfortunately, but it does look really good. And you can just give that to her like so. And it's really cool. I like the piece a lot. That's really the only accessory she comes with. Otherwise, nothing much else for her. But she has a good design, a really nice design, if it will want to focus, maybe. Ish. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I think the design is really good. The one weakness of this figure, I will say, is the fact that the yellow of her skin is supposed to be the yellow of her arms and legs. Unfortunately, because it's being printed, like it's yellow printed onto red, it's a little dark. It's definitely darker than we would probably, prefer, right? So obviously there's a disconnect with the yellow on the chest and the yellow of the rest of the body, which I guess is fine. It's a little bit, of a miss. I'll definitely dock a point for that. But the design of the torso is great. There's a couple of initials. You got GT, which actually stands for Georgia Todmarsh, which her backstory is actually online. You can look at the Lifeguard biography. There's actually quite a lot of stuff. There's like at least 3 different paragraphs of her life and what she's doing. Lego doesn't really do these minifigure biographies anymore, which is really sad. I think they stopped around series 9 or 10, maybe 11, I'm not sure. I know that they stopped a while ago, but that's really cool. There's some interesting facts, like one of her catchphrases, or her main phrase is, "Oops, I did it again." I think that's what it is, and it reminds me of the Britney Spears song, which maybe that's a coincidence. But yeah, that's a funny little, thing that is on her bio. And she's apparently a bit of a clumsy character, which you don't really get from this figure, at least I don't. But yeah, it's a really good design. I like the little, lifesaver device on her, lower chest there. And something that Lego would never do, I'm sorry, I have to point this out, but if I zoom in a little bit, you can see the very tip of her cleavage. I'm sorry, I have to point this out, just only because it's kind of funny that they did that back then, and also because Lego designers would never do that today. They don't really take these kinds of risks anymore. It's a little risque. I kind of like it. It's just the very tip, very tiny suggestion of it. And obviously her outfit is kind of tight. I mean, that's, goes without saying. I just find it a little funny and curious that they added that detail. Um, I just think I find it cheeky and a little, edgy of them to do. This is probably the most scantily clad figure that I've taken a look at, just because it's a swimsuit, pretty much model girl. So I just find it kind of funny. But yeah, she's got great detail. The leotard design is pretty consistent. She's got the rest of the outfit on her legs. Although another weakness of this figure, it's very minimal. But as soon as you move her legs, the design kind of falls apart. Actually, it really falls apart once you peel back the layers, and you can see the printing is not all the way printed up, so it's a little bit awkward in that regard. But as long as you keep her standing up, it's fine. Doesn't really, bother too much. It's just something that could have been better. And yeah, I mean, there's not much else to talk about, really. Her face is good. Really good, nice face design. And it works really well. There's also no back printing, which I think is a little bit unfortunate. And there's no alternate face either, which I think is also a bit of a miss. Although, they didn't really do alternate faces back then, so that's kind of fair. It doesn't really need to be there. It would have been cool to have like a shocked face or like a winking face or something. Kind of cool like that. But it's fine. Doesn't really need to be here. It's just, missed opportunity, I guess. You can see the rest of the face there. And the hair is a really nice piece. I believe this has been around for a while. I think since 2007, maybe. It's been around. I'm glad to finally have it. And it works really well with her. Like, the blonde of the yellow actually works with the blonde, or the yellow of her skin. It actually, contrasts pretty well. And I like it a lot. I like her expression. It's pretty confident, pretty nice. And it's, like, relaxed. I like that. But, I mean, there's not really much else to say. I think it's a really good figure. I would really recommend it. I think I'm going to have to get the guy Lifeguard now just to pair him up with her. But, yeah, she wasn't too expensive. She was around, like, $8-9, so not too bad. And, yeah, if you can find her, definitely recommend her. She is older, and, yeah, I think she's really nice. I'm glad to have her, and that's about it. Thank you for, watching this. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you for the next episode. Take care, and have a great day.